Okay, welcome back. This is part two. Obviously, my camera died, when I was recording it a couple days ago. So I figured I'll just make a part one and a part two. So we're back with part two of the WNBA mock draft 2024 first round. Obviously, lotto picks and all that good stuff. Now, if you guys are looking at the mock draft, which should be to your right here on the screen, we went through one through I think what did we go through? 1 through 6, I believe. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we got to Isabel Borles for Chi-Town. I think we were on Chi-Town. Now, during this time where my camera died and the day in between, I actually looked up some of the players like on the mock draft, like Isabel Borles, Deja Fair I already know, Charisma Osborne I already know, Niadu Puak, which is 12 pick, projected 12 pick. I was looking at some of them and I was just like, I don't like they're nice. You get what I'm saying? Like they're decent players. Obviously I'm not too familiar with their game, but I was just like, I don't know if the WNBA team's gonna go international, especially with all this college talent in the draft this season. I think we're on the 7th pick right now because there's Aaliyah 6, 7, 8. So Minnesota is projected to pick up Reese, but obviously I said Reese should be going to DC, but they project Reese to go to Minnesota at 7. That would be something tells me that's just not going to happen because Reese's brand, Minnesota. I don't think that's going to happen. You get what I'm saying? So even though they project it, even though I know the mock draft and projections aren't necessarily where they think like players should go, it's usually mock drafts are made with like best player available, right? But Reese I don't think Reese is going to Minnesota. But when we look at Minnesota, what does Minnesota need at that 7th pick? Well, Minnesota's team right now is basically this. It's Nafisa, and let's hope Kayla's hitting her shots. That's Minnesota. That's basically Minnesota. Although they did kind of have a decent offseason, decent free agency period where they picked up Elena Smith, Courtney Williams. Is Heidemann there? I can't remember. But like they picked up guards. It was Courtney Williams, Elena Smith. Who else did they add? I'm blanking now. But they had a decent offseason. I'm not sure how Minnesota's going to look. They still got Dorka. She's developing. I'm pretty sure Jay Shep, she's not playing this season. So the big position, they might have one more big position like available in Minnesota. So it does make sense for them to go after a big. But if they do that, and if Angel Reese isn't there because DC picked her up, I think Minnesota might fuck around and pick up like Elizabeth Kitley. Maybe. I'm saying that's a front court because who do they have? They still have Milic, right? They still have Milic. They have Fee, Dorka. They could pick up Liz Kitley. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Wings. Who are their wings? Oh, why am I blanking on Minnesota right now? I probably should have looked this up before I did the video. But they could pick up Liz Kitley. That wouldn't be bad. Because Jay Shep's sitting out. I don't want to be a bad pickup, but I don't really know what Minnesota needs because fuck no. I just said Elena Smith, so they don't really need Kitley. Elena Smith is she's more so defensive presence, which I slept on that part of her game a little too hard, right? But she's more so defensive presence. Elizabeth Kitley is a little bit more offensive presence, so I don't think they need to stock up on bigs. They might be okay. So Minnesota maybe goes after a guard. Maybe Minnesota goes after JC Sheldon from OSU. That'd probably be ideal. I'd say they should definitely go looking for a shooting guard type player, kind of like Kayla McBride, because when you watch Minnesota, like when you watch their games, it's like the only games they're really in is if you have Fenerbahce Kayla show up. You get what I'm saying? If she's not shooting like a high percentage or having like one of her Fener games, like one of her efficient games, then it's like the game isn't close because everyone just feeds Fee and like get the fuck out the way. Now now it's coming back to me. They got Diamond Miller that they picked up last year. Diamond's been great. So they do have some sort of wing presence there. but I'm not sure who they pick up. Maybe I think they do go with a guard though. JC Sheldon, scoring guard. Scoring guard might be the answer. Scoring guard might be the answer because it might take some pressure off of Diamond Miller, Kayla McBride, Fee. So maybe scoring guard is the answer. Maybe they do pick up JC Sheldon. Okay. That is number 7. On to number 8. We got Chicago. Now, Chicago's projected to pick up Isabel Borles. I don't see how they do that if Alyssa Pilley is still on the board. Alyssa Pilley is projected 9th, but ain't no fucking way. Chicago and Alyssa Pilley, I kind of like that. Now, let's think of market and brand and shit like that. What if Alyssa Pilley wants to be like a Jordan athlete and she's in Chicago? I don't know. I like Alyssa Pilley in Chicago. I really do. I would cop an Alyssa Pilley Chicago jersey, like real quick. I kind of like Alyssa Pilley in Chicago. Your guard presence, you got Dana Evans. Your bigs, you got to sort that out. Elizabeth Williams, Izzy Harrison. Sorry, they're bigs. Or they're bigs. There's Ruth. Ruthie's, she's a forward, isn't she? So it's interesting because Alyssa Pilley's like, she's point forward. Now, I still like Alyssa Pilley. She said she's 5'10", and like ESPN and all her other like, they stat padded her height basically. So I see 6'2". So now I'm fucked up, right? Everywhere it was saying 6'2", she's saying she 5'10". So I'm like, okay, they stat padded your height. Are you really a point forward? Because you're 5'10", like you can play big body, you can post up, footwork's all there. Like you can play maybe 1 through 3. But if you were like 6'2", like I would fuck around, put you at the 4, play some small ball. And then I guess you could kind of, or can you put her at the 3 is the question. Like, where do you put Alyssa Pilley? Because she's a bigger guard. She's big enough to be a big guard, but she's not big enough to be a big. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, where do you put her? Do you put her at the 3? But is she athletic enough to mess with the 3s? You get what I'm saying? So it would be interesting, but I think maybe you play Alyssa Pilley maybe you play her at the 1. Maybe you play her at the 1 because it's not like the guards are going to bother her. Plus, she can post up the guards easy. So, oh yeah, maybe you do play her at the 1. Maybe you do play her at the 1 or put her at the 2. Dana Evans at the 1 or whoever wants to run that offense. But maybe you switch out Dana Evans. But damn, do you bench Dana Evans? Dana Evans started last season, didn't she? So it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting if you put Alyssa Pilley at the 1, make her run the offense, but she also has a mismatch on her because she's just bigger than the average 1 and 2. Get what I'm saying? So maybe they could run the offense through Pilley. I don't think Borles, I don't think a lot of the college talent is going to be overlooked when it comes to this mock draft. So maybe you put Alyssa Pilley. I think Alyssa Pilley goes to Chicago. Now Dallas, I don't know who the fuck they're gonna pick up if Alyssa Pilley goes to Chicago. But Dallas again, I don't know what the plan is for Dallas. So we're gonna skip y'all. It'll be interesting to see who Dallas picks up because right after Dallas, Deja Fair is projected to go to Connecticut. That would be a steal for Connecticut, but I don't know if Fair falls that low. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Dallas would probably pick her up or some shit. She probably is going to get picked up before Connecticut has the chance to. If Connecticut can pick up Fair, that'd be huge because they did kind of like overhaul their guards like this offseason. You know what I'm saying? They got Tiffany Mitchell back and shit. They gave up Rebecca Allen, who came back through the trade. Yeah, they gave up Rebecca Allen. Tiffany Mitchell is there. I forgot who they resupplied with, but Fair to Connecticut, that would be tough. Now, they got Charisma Osborne going to New York. New York. Here's what I have to say about New York and the Liberty, because I don't know we have like 5 different guards on the training camp contract. I don't get what we're doing, bro. Y'all heard me say this before. We don't need shit, really. Not yet. No, Sloot. Sloot, I feel like she's gonna retire in a couple years. I don't think she has I don't think she's going to stay with New York like much longer. I feel like New York is going to be Sloot's last team. But again, when you look at our problems on the Liberty, it's really just about our players getting better. You get what I'm saying? So Sabrina, we keep trying to put her at the two when she's not a two. Like Sabrina's a big guard as well. She's like 5'11", but her natural position is the one, right? Triple double machine. She gets that when she's at the one spot. She's not gonna get that. She could get that at the two spot, depending on if that two plays defense. But with JJ and Stewie and Benijah on the team, she doesn't have to. She's not gonna always have the reins to facilitate, grab the rebounds, get all the assists, score all the points. She doesn't have to do that now with Stewie and JJ. Like, she doesn't have to carry majority of the load of the team. So you put her at that two spot, you try to hide her at that two spot. It's just not going to work. So you want to go pick up Charisma Osborne. To me, it's like, what is the goal here if the team is never going to reach its most lethal form with Sabrina not at the one? Sabrina has to be at the one, bro. That's the only way this shit turns OP. When Sabrina can dominate the one position, can control the one position, like Alyssa Pilley can control the one position, New York goes back to back to back, bro. Vegas can't stop us. Phoenix is going to be nice this year. Phoenix can't stop us. Sabrina has to be at the one this season. If we try to put Sloot at the one this season, it's going to be a long season. You know what I'm saying? If we're playing Sloot again at the one, again, I'm not saying the shit not potent. I'm not saying the shit won't work. But as you all saw last season, it only works so much. We were able to beat all the teams in the W last season because really there wasn't much parity in the W. It was really just Vegas, New York, Connecticut, right? There wasn't much parity in the league last season. So you're basically able to run through the W and run through all these teams. But you weren't good enough to beat who? You weren't good enough to beat the best team. Okay, so if they run with Sloot again at the one this season, it's just going to be a long ass season. But if we're looking for Osborne because we still have no desire and Sandy still has no desire to put Sabrina at her natural position, stop trying to hide her at the two, unless Sabrina gets stronger and can bang with like a Jackie Young, you know what I'm saying, can bang with like a Tiffany Mitchell. Well, Tiffany Mitchell's a one, but can bang with like a Kayla McBride, a Diamond Miller, Tasha Cloud, Ariel Atkins. Can like Kalia Copper, Kalia Copper's kind of 2-3, but can Sabrina, the question is, will Sabrina be able to bang with the guards at her position at two? If you want to keep her at two, at least make her effective at the two. She can't just be ineffective at the two. She can't just shoot threes all day. It's not going to work. It can get you far, but it's not going to get you the championship. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know who New York picks up. I really don't know who New York picks up because in my vision, you have to put Sabrina at the one. Then you can plan on what the fuck your team needs. Do you need a backup for Sabrina? You already have that with Sloot. Okay. Do you need a backup at the two? Because you're now sliding Benijah at the two. So maybe Kayla comes in, plays the three. So now you have Benijah, you have Sab, Benijah, Kayla, Stewie, JJ. So that means you probably need a backup wing. So you draft a backup wing actually Desiree, she's a forward. Well, you just draft a backup wing because you have Sabrina at the one. So you're planning your team very differently depending on where Sabrina is. You get what I'm saying? Like, who we draft, how we construct the team depends on where the hell Sabrina is. You get what I'm saying? If she was at the three, then we have to plan on how the hell do we accommodate Sabrina being at the three. Like, the team, in a way, even though we have Stewie, even though we have JJ, the team still revolves around Sabrina's ability. Why? Because she is that generational talent. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know who New York picks. I don't know what the plan is. The plan, if you want to see New York's plan for winning and trying to compete for a championship, just watch what we do with Sabrina. Watch the role we give Sabrina. that'll let you know. That'll let you know if we're ready to win a championship or not. So number 12, ATL has the 12th pick, projected to pick up Puak. Go watch her highlights. Y'all can tell me what y'all think, but I don't know. Again, I don't know if the college talent here in the States is going to be left out for overseas talent. Maybe. I'm not sure. But for all the players that I listed, and I'll put the list back up on the screen right now, for all those players that are trying to get drafted out of college, I don't know. I don't think they go overseas. I think they look at this college talent pool first, and then maybe they do pick overseas, but they're going to look at the college talent pool first because there are a lot of players that I think are pretty relatively nice, that could be picked up, that could be drafted, right? So I thought I had my list of like slept on players, but I left it upstairs. But I can list off some of the players for you. So some of the players, if you guys, I'll put the list back up right now again too. Some of the players, I'll try to put maybe a check mark or something next to it. I don't know. I'll try to highlight it. I don't know. Some of the players that are slept on that I really think deserve training camp contracts. You saw Bria Beal get picked up by Las Vegas. Bria Hartley get picked up by Las Vegas. Some of the college talent though. Anaya Peoples out of DePaul, Desiree Young from UNLV, Tayana Jackson from Kansas. Let me see. Am I forgetting what other players out there? I forgot my list upstairs. I'm sorry, guys. There are a couple other players. Madison Griggs from Memphis. This is the problem when you don't have like a draft combine. Like, I'm not sure if teams get to, well, the workouts are kind of like the training camp contracts, but I still think you do need a WNBA draft combine, but I'll save that for another video. But those are some of the players that, if you haven't heard of them, go check them out. Like some of the players I've gotten to watch this past season and maybe a couple seasons as well. So go check out some of those players. Check out the list of players. Maybe if you see some of the players from the teams that you like, let me know like about some of these players and where do you think they would fit on some of these WNBA teams, because again, look at the talent pool. There's so many players that might get left off. You get what I'm saying? That are probably going to get the training camp contract, which is good, but they might get cut. There are going to be a lot of interesting cuts this WNBA season. Please let me know of any of the players you think entered in the WNBA draft this season that are worth a watch, because I want to get to know them so I can like see, okay, maybe this WNBA team goes after this or goes after this instead of like the big name players, because the big name players, they're going to be picked up pretty quickly, right? Like I don't see a lot of the lotto players falling far, especially in the first round, because it's just like the lotto picks are stacked. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's going to do it for this video. If you all enjoyed it, this ring light killing me. If you all enjoyed it, you know what to do. Subscribe if you're new. It's been your boy Hendrix. I'm out of here. See you guys on the next one. Take care. Stay safe. Be blessed. Peace.